Welcome to Animal Atlas. Come with us around the globe and explore the animal world and its jungle animals and desert creatures. We'll meet wildlife on the savannah and see our underwater friends. And animals from the Arctic Circle. Anywhere, everywhere animals live. It's always an adventure. Today on Animal Atlas, we're going to be talking about the birds and the bees. Ah, spring. Lovely spring is in the air, and thoughts of romance touch the heart of the most curmudgeonly solitary creature and rouse the attention of even the confirmed bachelors on the beach. Well, almost. Handsome young peacocks put their best feathers forward, while the dapper ostrich struts his stuff. Spring is when joy comes in pairings, while awaiting hatchlings of all kinds. Spring is when families increase, and happiness is a new calf, a new baby, or a grinning hatchling that is the spitting image of mom or dad. Just so you know, the quaint idiomatic expression, the birds and the bees, is an indirect way of referring to courtship and romance, and can be traced back to the 18th century romantic poets of the English Lake District, like William Wordsworth, or Samuel Taylor Coleridge, who wrote in a poem dated 1825, "All nature seems at work. The bees are stirring, the birds are on the wing, and I the while, the sole unbusy thing, nor honey make, nor pair, nor build, nor sing." But today is about more than just the expression, the birds and the bees. Today is all about the three winged bees: birds, bees, and bats. These animals share a very special ability, flight, which is something not many creatures can do. In fact, of the many types of animals in the world, there have only been 4 that have been able to fly. Sadly, one of them, the pterodactyl, the great flying lizard from the age of dinosaurs, is no longer with us. But the other 3 kinds of flying animals are still going strong. First, there are birds, of course, though not all birds can fly. Then there are bats, the only mammal that can fly. And last but not least, insects, which includes our friends, the bees. Flight is quite special. The ability to fly is something that we humans have long coveted. Yes, we have airplanes to take us aloft. But oh, to have wings. Wings that could carry us mid dreadful clouds of purest skies. The ability to fly is a great advantage in the animal world, since species with that ability really seem to thrive. For example, of all the mammals in the entire world, only bats are capable of powered flight. And after rodents, bats have the most species of any mammalian order, making up a good 20% of all species of mammals. Surprised? Me too. That's a lot when you consider that just about any terrestrial animal with a backbone that you can think of, besides our friends the reptiles, or amphibians, or the birds, of course, is a mammal. Even you. Birds, like bats, are likewise a successful class of animals. Birds have the most species of any class of vertebrates. And bees? Well, bees are insects, and there's no argument that insects are the most successful creatures in the entire animal kingdom. Why? Well, for one thing, most insects have wings, and this allows them to escape from danger and to search for food over a wide area. Aided by their ability to fly, insects are highly adaptable and they live just about everywhere on land, in the air, and in water. In nature, biggest may be beautiful, but biggest isn't always best. Elephants need a large habitat to sustain them, while insects, with their small size, can fit into very small places. And in comparison to the bigger creatures of the world, don't need much food to live. Insects include beetles, wasps, stick insects, dragonflies, butterflies, and of course, the busy bee. Though there are many more species of insects, well over 1 million known species in fact, with thousands more waiting to be discovered. And of all the species of insects, it's wasps, ants, and bees, and their relatives who comprise one of the largest groups of insects in the world. Maybe not as large as the beetle order, but with more than 120,000 known species and more being found each year. It's pretty clear that nature must favor birds, bats, bees, and romantic poets. When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll take a closer look at our 3 bees. But first, let's see if you can guess this animal fact. For birds, what is the most essential for flight? A. Feathers. B. Wings. C. Echolocation. Or D. Excellent eyesight. The answer coming up right after this on Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? For birds, what is most essential for flight? The answer is B. Wings. Yes, though most birds do have excellent eyesight, and feathers too, it's wings that make flight possible. In the case of birds, of course, it's feathered wings that send them soaring into the sky. Think about this. Bats don't have feathers. And neither do bees. But they can certainly fly. Wings on our 3 flying bees, birds, bats, and bees, however, are not the same. Not even close. These fruit bats, like other bats, have what looks like long webbed fingers, which actually is a double membrane stretched over a network of finger bones. The scientific name for bats is Chiroptera, which means quite aptly, hand wing. A bird's wing, on the other hand, evolved from the same type of limb as the primate arm. Though over time, wings came to have only 3 digits, while most primates kept the familiar 5 digits. Did you think a bird's wing was all feathers? Nope, there are bones under there, and skin over muscle. The digits are there too, just beneath all those feathers. In most birds, feathers grow out of little pits in the skin called follicles, in much the same way we think of hair or fur growing out of the skin of mammals. But feathers aren't a form of modified hair. They actually evolved from reptilian scales, much like the scaly skin of this big lizard. Hard to believe? Just take a look at a bird's legs and feet. Those are scales. That would do a lizard proud. Flight feathers on birds make up only one of the several types of bird feathers, but they're the strongest feathers in the bird's plumage, and they are shaped to provide power for flight. Our bees, on the other hand, have a different type of wing altogether. Not long finger wings like bats, or long arm wings like birds, but an insect's very special kind of wing. On our honeybee, the wings consist of 2 types, the forewing and the hindwing. Unlike either bats or birds, bees don't have bones. They have what's called an exoskeleton, a hard external skeleton composed largely of a tough horny substance called chitin. This exoskeleton is integrated into all parts of the bee's body, including the legs, feet, eyes, and antennae, and in its own way provides the same support for the bee's internal organs as a bird or a bat's internal skeleton provides for it. An insect's wings are not appendages like bat wings or bird wings, but outgrowths of the animal's exoskeleton. A thin chitin membrane, often with longitudinal veins. Yes, our three bee creatures all have wings, and most can fly, but their wings are very different. Bird wings, bee wings, bat wings, water wings, so to speak. After their extraordinary-looking wings, what's the first thing you notice about bats? Here's a bird at rest. Here's a bat at rest. How about that bats perch upside down? Yes, bats prefer this perspective to the bird's right-side-up perching style. How do bats manage the topsy-turvy point of view? Simple. These nocturnal animals hang from their feet during the day. By locking the tendons in their feet and using their curved claws as hooks. Perching this way is easier than it looks. Really. These bats are fruit bats, and of the 1,100 plus species of bats in the world today, more than 170 are fruit bats, who are often called flying foxes because, well, there is a certain resemblance between our flying mammal and this sly member of the dog family. But there is no actual relation. Fruit bats are relatively large bats with furry bodies, big, often red eyes, and shiny dark ears. Once you get past those leathery wings, this is one cute animal. Don't you think? Fruit bats inhabit the dense forests of Africa, Europe, Australia, and Asia. And like all bats, they are social animals that live in large groups called colonies or camps. Bees, of course, are also social animals, but they live in a big group called a hive. As for birds, some are very social and live in large flocks, like the flamingo, while others don't mind sharing the rainforest with a few friends. Birds of prey, or birds that hunt animals for food, are seldom found in flocks, though they are often found in mated pairs. Many birds, too, don't worry about species when choosing their neighbors. One feathered friend is a friend indeed, while a bat's friends are almost always other bats. Just like a bee prefers the buzzing company of fellow hive members. So who's the fastest flyer of our trio of bees? The average fruit bat can fly about 15 miles per hour, which is just about as fast as a honeybee can fly. But the average bird cruises at about 35 miles per hour, or more than twice as fast as the bat or the bee. Now, don't even ask the peregrine falcon how fast it can dive. Would you believe close to 200 miles per hour? Maybe it is the feathers after all. When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll learn more about the birds and the bees. But first, let's see if you can guess this next animal fact. Which animal do scientists believe was the first to fly? A. Birds. B. Bees. C. Bats. Or D. Pterodactyls. Don't go away. The answer coming up right after this on Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? Which animal do scientists believe was the first to fly? The answer is B. Bees. Or at least insects. Yes, the first winged insects were flying around in prehistoric forests 300 million years ago. What did they look like? Like this. Dragonflies haven't changed much. Neither have cockroaches. As we've learned, flight is very special in the animal kingdom, and insects are the only invertebrates, or animals without a backbone, to have developed flight. Just like bats are the only flying mammal. Birds are truly in a class by themselves. Just to be clear, all bats can fly. But not all birds can fly. Many flightless birds generally rely on running to escape predators, as this emu demonstrates. And these big birds have long legs, like the ostrich, to do so. Other flightless birds, like penguins, have stubby legs and a waddle walk, but the ability to swim like they were waterborne. Though all species of bees can fly, not all insects have wings, much less the ability to fly. Where all birds have feathers and all bats have wings, all insects must have 4 things: 3 body parts, 6 jointed legs, 2 antennae, and an exoskeleton. Wings are optional. Nope, sorry, big hairy tarantula. You have 8 legs, so you're no insect. Our friends the honeybees, however, do fit the insect description, and they have wings too. In fact, bees, ants, and wasps are all members of the same order, Hymenoptera, which means membrane wings. When we see bees out and about, they're invariably busy doing what these bees in this lavender field are doing, going from flower to flower, collecting nectar, which is the lovely sounding word worthy of our romantic poet Coleridge. Work without hope draws nectar in a sieve. Okay, I'm not sure what that means either, but it does sound lovely. Nectar basically means flower juice, our bees' favorite food. Bees aren't just gorging themselves out here on lavender, however. As they travel from flower to collect nectar, pollen from plants and flowers gets stuck on hairs on their hind legs, which are aptly called pollen baskets. This pollen is rubbed off on more flowers and plants and serves to pollinate many other flowers. Pollination, as every bee fan knows, simply means to fertilize and to produce seeds. Who else is a pollinator? Fruit bats, of course. In fact, many fruits and vegetables would not exist without bats dispersing seeds and pollinating the flowers. Surprised? A lot of things you like to eat, Mr. Black Bear and Mr. Sun Bear are pollinated by bats, including bananas, peaches, avocados, mangoes, cashews, dates, and figs. Bears, as well, are famous for their love of honey. And who produces honey? Honeybees, of course. Honeybees actually turn flower nectar into honey here at the hive. Don't worry, our beekeeper is wearing protective clothing and is moving slowly while respecting their space. These bees are domesticated western honeybees. They are kept in beehive boxes. The hive is a place where bees raise their brood and where they make and store their honey. The beekeeper provided the frame, but that mass of hexagonal or 6-sided wax cells was built by the bees themselves. Worker bees built the honeycomb to house the larvae, or baby bees, and their stores of pollen and honey. Bees live very short lives, but they live very social lives. A single hive can contain 20,000 to 60,000 worker bees, who, when not in the hive, are generally found busy working in the fields. Or as poet Robert Southey intoned, "The wild bees, o'er its grey blossoms, murmuring ceaseless, make most pleasant melody." Bats, like our fruit bats here, don't live in hives, nor will they actually make their own group living space. Instead, they will seek out nice, already existing enclosed spaces to roost during the daylight hours. Places that can include caves, mines, culverts, hollow trees, and buildings too. Many birds, however, are builders like the bees, but instead of hives, they build nests where they can incubate their eggs, sometimes high in the trees, sometimes low to the ground. Birds, like the ostrich and the flamingo, actually build their nests right down on the ground itself. Though there are birds that flock together, and those that live more solitary lives, there are those, such as the great egret, who live as a pair during incubation season and work cooperatively to feed and raise their young. In bat world, however, within a colony or camp, it's usually one male fruit bat living with up to 8 female bats, while in the huge beehive, all the members of the hive are related to each other. In bee world, there are 3 kinds of honeybees: the queen, who lays the eggs, the workers, which are all female, who gather food, make honey, build the honeycomb, and guard the hive, complete with a stinger on their lower abdomen, and the drones, who are the male sons of the queen. Just about every bee that we're likely to see, then, is a female worker bee. Yes, the birds and the bees, along with the bats, may share the letter B as well as wings, but they are each remarkable in their own amazing way. B is for busy. B is for beautiful. B is for bewitching. Or as the romantic poet Coleridge wrote, "Drink, pilgrim, here, Here rest, and if thy heart be innocent, here too shalt thou refresh thy spirit, listening to some gentle sound, or passing gale, or hum of murmuring bees. For more fun animal facts and news, visit our website at animalatlas.tv.
The internet is saying.
See you there. Don't go away. Animal Atlas will be right back. Until next time on Animal Atlas.
There's a lot of tension in your lower back. You should really try yoga.
Boy, do I need a manicure.
And I need a haircut.
Here we at the Extreme Penguin Games, and Gentoo is about to try a double Lutz McTwist, and here he goes. Oh, he just missed the dismount. The crowd does not like that.
Oh, cleanliness is next to dogliness.
Should we shave our mustaches?
No, we're good.
The runner, for some reason, is caught up. He's got a towel over his head. Oh, he's free, and he's safe.
I just flew in from Detroit. Boy, are my wings tired. Tip your waitress.
Once again, we've traveled the globe, from North and South America to Africa and Asia to Australia and every fascinating place in between. We've met all kinds of incredible animals and learned some important facts about their ability to survive and flourish on our planet. And with our help, we'll make sure they're around for a long time to come. Join us next week for another amazing adventure on Animal Atlas.